Okay, this started out as just an idea I saw on YouTube, and I thought, well, hey, I got some cement where I tore down a garage that was falling in after I bought the house, and instead of keeping the frame and rebuilding it, since there was a second garage, that one there that I was doing some work on, I still live, decided to go ahead and I needed to do something with this cement. That is a real nuisance. And then there's my ground that I get to work on. Then up there's my rose garden, which I put in to turn around the neighborhood, and it worked. So I had just that much property with sunlight and that much property with a whole ton of shade. So I needed to utilize more space to get more food. So when I saw this thing about 5-gallon containers, food safe containers, I decided to go ahead and pot up plants and grow them, because I knew that I could grow cabbage easily. I put a cheesecloth over that or some sort of material so I can keep the worms from growing into it. Tomatoes, I can lift them off the ground, grow them on a trellis, and have tomatoes. I can grow my spearmint, my broccoli, my strawberries. Look at that strawberry. Look at that strawberry. So the strawberries will overhang. The tomatoes will overhang. I can keep them off the ground mostly. And so I planted everything I could find. Everything that I knew I would eat. All the hot peppers, the lettuces. And I got to harvest some of those tomorrow on my day off so I can have some salad. And just a wide variety of foods. Trying them out. This one has seeds in it. Waiting for that to pop up. Here's the... I think that's, I'm not sure what that one is. I have to take a look. But I have the little thing in there that tells what it is. And because I want to take and make more seeds. Now there's my tomatoes, and this is June the 11th. I grew one of these tomato plants from seed. And I think it's my tallest one. And put it into a 5-gallon container and started growing that. Now see this here. I have these openings on the sides where I have, facing the sun, some strawberry plants. Trying that out. I got my parsley, my carrots that I just started, and as you can see, these strawberries are going crazy. And so I decided to go ahead and do this and see what happens. Now, since this all started, everything has blossomed tremendously. In other words, we decided to go ahead and make more of these, grow more of these, and can and dry and freeze and share the crop. Now I'm getting ready for the next wave of this virus. We've already seen the problem with the meat processing plants, the 4 biggest ones in the United States, shutting down because people were too afraid to go to work of getting the virus. And I work in retail, I work in a store, so I see a lot of stuff going on. And people not caring, so this virus will spread again and worse, and we're going to have such an outbreak that we're not going to have food distribution, and the food will rot in the warehouses. So people are going to have a problem getting food. So we're going to start canning what we can, freeze what we can, dry what we can, and prepare. I've been stockpiling food, and I'm also going to be growing. Now I'll be taking the basement, because I do live in Michigan, take the basement of my house, and I'm going to go ahead and turn it into a greenhouse. And then I'm going to hook up solar and solar-powered Generac, everything, to continue making sure that the house is self-sufficient if and when power ever goes out. So as you can see, this is a good start. This is a very, very good start. I'm going to go ahead and walk you through some of the processes of what I do and how I do it. Here's part of my garden. I have very poor soil. This is clay. So I rototilled it down about 10 inches, added in some black dirt and topsoil to make it so it's not so hard. And then I planted all these, and as you can see, they're loving it. Now these were just planted just a little bit ago, a few days ago. But I've been growing them in containers, waiting to pot them up when I had time. Because I work between 47 to 70 hours a week. I make a lot of money, but that's okay. I'm earning my money. And I'm getting a promotion, so I'm really pleased. Now, as you can see, here's one of those dilapidated buildings that Detroit is very famous for. Fortunately for me, this house did not burn down completely, and they did do some work on that, but not a lot, but that's okay. But this house, this garage here is dilapidated. When it does fall, if he does allow it to go that way, it will collapse on the inside and not hit my garden space. Now, let me show you what's going on here. I'm getting ready to do a barbecue pit. Right here is some beans, some onions, and some garlic that I planted. And here is my latest ones that I got. Now, these are the food safe containers, and I bought these from Menards. It's a warehouse grocery store. And as long as you get the 5-gallon food safe containers, you're good. You don't want to get the other ones because you don't want that kind of garbage, that the chemicals that are made with, to leach into your food and to leach into you. So these are all food safe 5-gallon containers. I have over 100 of them. And I'm going to continue till I fill this whole thing up. All the cement. And I figured I can get about 318 containers. But all in due time, because I don't have a lot of time. I'm going to start doing things like this. Here is, what is this one? This one here is my red potatoes. And the reason, here's my rosemary here. Now, the reason I have all this document is because I want to know what's in the container. And if I don't have a identifier, this means this is the second one, and it's next to the one that has the identifier. The identifier I'm going to use for seeds or propagation, and the other one I'm not really that interested in, but they are next door if I wanted to use it. Look at that basil growing. So I have the identifiers in there, so I can go ahead and use these. Now those are the potatoes there. So I grew up on a small farm, so this is kind of good stuff for me. Now this here is waiting to be potted. We had a huge storm come through last night, so I wanted to take a lot of the single pots that I'm getting ready to pot up after I got some more containers and just stick them in there so they would survive the storm, because they were predicting 60-mile-an-hour winds and stronger, and it did survive. So they're ready to be potted. I'm going to go ahead and walk you through this stuff step by step now, and then as I convert over to the greenhouse that I'm going to have in the house, you can use any room you want to. We've decided to go ahead and use the basement since we're not utilizing it. And what I do is I take these containers, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, I take these containers, and the very first thing I do is I put drill holes in the bottom here. And I'll show you all that so you have proper drainage. And then my soil mixture and everything. And then I, of course, do fertilizer and all that. And I'll walk you through the whole thing and show you how all this is being done. This is to get ready. We're not rich, but, God has provided, so this is one way for us to be prepared for this disaster that's probably going to happen, and also to provide food, not only for us, but for the homeless shelters, which we're very active in, both the men and the moms with children. We're very, very active in helping out and providing food for them. So this is a great way to stock up, get ready, and have even more year-round to give to the shelters. God bless and have a great day.